The strange thing about heavy days is that sometimes you only feel them once everything gets quiet. Not in the middle of the day, not while answering messages, not while moving from one thing to the next. Sometimes you only notice it later, when the dishes are done, when the apartment finally grows quieter, when there is nothing urgent asking something from you anymore. And suddenly, you sit down and realize something inside you still feels heavy. Not dramatic, not impossible to carry, just heavy in a quiet way. The kind of tired that does not always look obvious. Maybe the day was simply too full. Too many small things. Too many thoughts. Too much noise. Too many moments where you had to keep going before fully catching up with yourself. And now, the day is technically over. But part of you still feels like it is somewhere inside it, still replaying things, still carrying little moments, a conversation that stayed with you, something you wish had gone differently, something small that somehow felt bigger than it should have. Or maybe nothing specific happened, and that almost feels stranger. Because sometimes a day can feel heavy without a clear reason. You take your shoes off. You finally slow down. Maybe you open the fridge without really knowing what you want. You sit for a minute, then somehow keep sitting. Your body finally stops moving. And only then, you notice how tired you actually are. Not only physically, emotionally too. Like the day left something behind. And I think one of the loneliest feelings can be this. When everything outside looks normal, but inside, you quietly feel full. Full of thoughts. Full of emotions you did not fully process. Full of things you carried quietly through the day. And nights like that can feel strangely heavy. But I want to tell you something gently. You do not need to figure everything out tonight. You do not need to understand every feeling. And you do not need to carry the whole day all by yourself into the night. Some days do not break you. They simply stay with you longer than expected. And if tonight feels heavy, you do not have to fight that feeling. You also do not have to carry all of it alone. For now, maybe it is enough to simply sit here for a little while. Sometimes, the hardest part of the day arrives only after the day is already over. not while things are happening, not while you are busy, not while you are still finding the energy to keep moving. Sometimes it arrives later, when the lights are softer, when there is finally nothing left to answer, nothing left to finish, nothing left to hold together. And somehow, that is when the whole day quietly catches up with you. Not loudly, just in small ways. A heaviness you cannot fully explain. A tiredness that feels deeper than sleep. That strange feeling of wanting rest while not fully knowing how to settle into it. And if tonight feels like that, I want to remind you of something gently. You do not have to carry all of today into sleep. Not every unfinished thought, not every conversation you keep replaying, not every moment you wish had gone differently. Some things can wait until morning. Really. Tomorrow does not need to enter the room yet, and neither do all the answers. Right now, nothing is asking anything from you. No expectations, no proving, no figuring life out. Only this moment. Only this night. Only the quiet that slowly arrives when you stop asking yourself to keep going. Maybe let the bed hold more of your weight tonight. Let your jaw soften if it wants to. Let your shoulders stop carrying what the day already asked from them. You have done enough for one day. You do not need to finish carrying today before you are allowed to rest. Because rest is not something you have to earn by struggling long enough. You are allowed to pause now. Allowed to not solve everything. Allowed to be unfinished for one night. And if your mind pulls you back into the day again, that is okay. You do not need to fight yourself. Just gently remember, the day is over now. I made it through today. And for tonight, that is enough. Heavy days do not disappear all at once. But little by little, they soften. Quietly. Without force. And maybe sleep tonight does not have to fix everything. Maybe it only needs to hold you gently for a little while.